When you were in high school, you might have noticed that Supreme was everywhere. Everyone had stickers on their laptops, wore those iconic red box logo t-shirts. And the question, is that Supreme, was a frequent topic of conversation. It seemed a bit silly at first, but eventually everyone got caught up in the hype. Now, seeing a middle-aged man with a Supreme sticker on his motorcycle makes you wonder, how did Supreme go from being the hottest brand to something worn by people who don't even follow streetwear?
Supreme is dead.
Supreme is dead.
Let's dive into the rise and fall of Supreme. Supreme started in 1994 as a small skate shop in New York City, designed specifically for skaters. The store had ramps and flat entrance to make it easy for skaters to come in. Run by skaters themselves, it quickly gained attention for its unique style. Japanese tourists visiting New York saw Supreme's potential and recognized it as more than just a skate shop. It was becoming a streetwear brand with wider appeal. By 1998, Supreme was expanding internationally, opening 3 stores in Japan in quick succession. This marked the start of its journey from a local skate shop to a major global streetwear brand. It wasn't until 2004 that Supreme opened its second US store in California. Over the next decade, the brand continued to grow with new stores popping up in major cities like London and Paris, as well as more locations in the US and Japan. Supreme's rise has been remarkable. What began as an independent skate shop transformed into a major fashion player. In 2017, Supreme took a big step by selling a 50% stake to the Carlyle Group, highlighting its growing influence in the fashion world. The transformation was completed in 2020 when VF Corporation bought Supreme for a whopping $2.1 billion, marking the brand's dramatic shift in public perception. Supreme has become more than just a brand, it's a cultural icon. Known for its unique style and bold designs, Supreme has been worn by many celebrities like Justin Bieber, Travis Scott, and even Victoria Beckham. Their clothing often stands out not only for its look but also for its significance in the fashion world. One of the biggest moments for Supreme was its collaboration with Louis Vuitton. This partnership was a major milestone, showing that Supreme was not just a streetwear brand but a serious contender in high-end fashion. The resale value of Supreme products has also been extremely high. In 2020, Supreme was the most popular brand on the secondary market. This means that items like a simple Supreme t-shirt, which might cost $40 in the store, could sell for 2.2 times that amount or even more. Some pieces have even been sold for as much as 10 times their original price. This high resale value contributes to Supreme's aura of exclusivity. Resellers often buy up all available stock from a Supreme release, making it hard for regular customers to buy at the retail price. For many fans, getting Supreme clothing at retail price is a major accomplishment. They often compete to buy items during a drop, and securing an item for as close to retail as possible becomes a point of pride. Not every Supreme fan is obsessed with grabbing the latest drops or willing to spend thousands on a hoodie. However, there is a specific group known as hypebeasts who fit this description. The term hypebeast often has different meanings for different people, but for many, it's a bit of a negative label. It refers to those who are deeply obsessed with owning the latest pieces from popular brands and are willing to spend a lot of money to get them. Supreme, with its simple designs and iconic logo, is extremely popular among hypebeasts. This popularity can sometimes lead to bizarre situations. For example, some hypebeasts might spend $30 on a regular brick with the Supreme logo on it. It's not the design that's being valued, but rather the brand name itself. This kind of behavior can make it hard for some people to take Supreme seriously as a fashion brand. Supreme is now fully owned by VF Corporation. This move might seem surprising to those who know Supreme as a brand rooted in the underground skate scene. VF Corporation is a massive apparel company with a portfolio that includes popular brands like The North Face, Timberland, and Dickies. Even though James Jebbia, the founder of Supreme, continues to manage the brand, the ownership change raises questions about how it might affect Supreme's image among its core customers, skaters. Skaters are known for their anti-establishment and subversive attitudes. They've always gravitated towards brands that represent a break from mainstream norms. So the idea of Supreme, which once symbolized rebellion and authenticity, being owned by a huge corporation like VF Corporation might seem like a contradiction. This shift could make some skaters feel that Supreme has lost its original edge and become just another part of the corporate machine. The situation brings to mind a similar event from 2010 when Mondelez, a subsidiary of Kraft, acquired Cadbury. Cadbury had been a cherished British institution for years, known for its rich heritage and quality chocolate. The sale to an American company like Kraft sparked a lot of controversy in the UK. People were worried that the brand would lose its British identity and the high standards it was known for. Similarly, the acquisition of Supreme by VF Corporation could lead to a similar loss of identity. Supreme's shift from a niche, rebellious brand to a part of a multinational corporation might make it seem less special to its original audience. This change could impact how skaters view the brand and whether they are still seeing it as a symbol of their subculture. Supreme's decline in popularity is deeply tied to its shift from an independent skate brand to a high-priced designer label. Originally, Supreme was all about skate culture and streetwear. It was a brand with a strong connection to its roots and a genuine vibe that resonated with its core audience. However, over time, the focus shifted from the culture it represented to the price tags on its products. The real turning point came with the brand's acquisition by VF Corporation, as previously mentioned. This move transformed Supreme from a niche skate brand into just another luxury label. When a brand like Supreme, which was once so closely tied to its original subculture, is bought out by a huge multinational corporation, it loses its soul. It's similar to how a punk rock concert wouldn't feel right being sponsored by a company like Lockheed Martin. This shift has led to a change in the brand's customer base. The original fans who loved Supreme for its authenticity were replaced by hypebeasts, people who care more about flaunting expensive brands than about genuine self-expression. As a result, Supreme is no longer seen as cool or authentic. It's become a symbol of status rather than a reflection of personal style. Fashion should be about more than just showcasing a brand. It's an art form and a way for individuals to express themselves. When people start wearing clothes just to advertise a brand, they lose the personal touch that makes fashion meaningful. Instead of focusing on brand names and prices, people should pay more attention to the quality and originality of their outfits. This shift would bring back the true essence of fashion and personal style.